Welcome back to Guns of the Patriots. So Naomi got captured by Vamp and his goons, so we have to try and rescue her.
Oh no. You ate too much chipotle, Snake?
You mean Chipotle?
Okay.
That's the same thing.
Okay, Snake, what have we told you about drinking milk in hot temperature?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm guessing there are supposed to be, some sort of tracks on the ground, but I have to admit the texture is not really flattering. Now I'm seeing some of them.
Footprints.
There's a ton of them because there are a ton of soldiers, so
True,
Yeah.
we gotta figure out
in the
which
shot
ones.
before, I just didn't notice them.
This also will...
No, that's fair. Earlier the textures were a bit off there. We gotta figure out which one are Naomi's.
What are you remembering, Snake?
There you go. So basically this also translates into a gameplay sequence where we, the player, have to actually take a look at the various tracks and try to figure out where Naomi's captures went.
Oh, got it.
Congratulations, Snake, you've won $3,000.
Target. Whenever something moves, it leaves a trail behind. Track and find Naomi's trail.
I'm not like Big Boss. Tracking isn't my strongest suit. When did you get so good at it?
After saving Sonny, I drifted around the globe. In Alaska, a tribal elder taught me some scouting techniques.
Drifting.
Yeah, this all happened to me in between games.
There you go, Shiroi. Raiden saved Sonny from the Patriots in between games.
Rose and I live in different worlds.
You didn't
Now
get
it's
to see it because the people hate me.
Well, actually, Shiroi, it wasn't because of that. We were going to see it, but Platinum Games had other plans.
At this particular time, I mean, I guess the fandom still wasn't very kind to Jack.
Well, sure, yeah.
I mean,
but when original Metal Gear Rising was going to cover that, but Platinum Games decided to change the plot when they took over. Go on, Joe.
Even before that, I think originally there were plans to have that shown, but it never got into the game for some reason. It's
I can actually explain that. I can actually explain that, Jova. Basically, it has to do with the fact that because of the schedule of development, because Konami wanted the game out by 2008, so some cuts had to be made. They couldn't put everything that they wanted into the game, including the gameplay, which was originally going to be a bit more open-ended compared to the more linear nature that the games have had up until this point, which of course would materialize in Metal Gear Solid 5, as you know. So.
Admittedly, given some of the decisions, I feel like there were some sections of this game which I think probably would have been better to give the X than an integral scene like Raiden flipping saving Sonny, but I digress.
Try to make as little noise as possible.
Essentially, as Jack said, study the environment.
Yeah, again, so far it seems that Raiden is our deep throat of the game, which is pretty ironic given how he kind of went for this himself in Metal Gear Solid 2 as well. And trust me, that's not the only cues he took from the last few deep throats.
Infrared. Got it.
But the sound it makes while engaged could end up giving your position away.
So
really,
yeah.
We couldn't design a mechanism in this far technical.
Jova, we're following the same. We're following the same rules of the Aliens franchise, where the tracker is good at giving you the idea where the xenomorphs are, but it beeps so loudly that it gives your position away.
Follow Naomi's trail and find out where they took her. Watch out, though. You might run into a few holdups along the way.
What else is new?
Indeed. All right, so that jump cut is because I went to Draven's shop and bought some new stuff, and I got myself a tranquilizer sniper gun even.
And you got the face mask from last.
And I gave myself also a shit ton of ammo.
Ah, yes, tranquilizing sniper rounds. the peaceful way to the future.
And as you might have noticed, I also put on the face camo that I got from Laughing Octopus. So now I can get even more camouflaged. There you go. So basically, like Raiden said, if we switch our solid eye to night vision mode, it will show the footprints. Because since we can see them through naked eye, we can use that. There you go, right there. And it can reach a total of 90% camo with this.
I was wondering, are you gonna spend the rest of the game with the mask on?
No, I'm not, because it reflects in the cutscenes. So it not being able to see Snake's facial emotions makes the cutscenes worse. So I will only be using them when necessary. Go on.
There's a certain facial thing that I switched to for the rest of the game, but I won't say what it is until we actually get to see it story-wise.
Yes, too.
It's interesting. Around this time, a couple of different games wanted to try to have these new kind of mechanic of, find the footprints via, via trail, like the Batman Arkham Asylum and something like that gets done, I think, only once, majorly.
Ghost of Tsushima does this all the time, actually.
That's one that happens later. I'm talking about this specific era, early years of the PS3.
Sure.
Arkham City does it multiple times.
Again, I'm talking about just
era.
this specific era. Like, I'm pretty sure there was also something else. We tried to do it. It was another one of those cases of these new HD technologies allows us to, have more different particles and stuff. Ow.
You needed that sleep anyway.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Teal, it's like I said, it depends on what you mean by era. Like, if you're talking generation or just within a year or so of each other.
Early years of a PS3. This was 2008, so early on.
Yeah, well, I mean, Arkham City was 2010, though.
And now we have a problem.
It depends on what you consider the early or not.
There's multiple trails now. So...
So you know what that means. It's time to Elmer Fudd our way for this.
Or maybe not, because again, these I kind of understand why he does that, and it's not really a problem to me. But I really wish every time you actually, equip this, it didn't, cause a flashbang effect.
It's the immersion process. Also, slight correction, Arkham City was...
Ow!
Oh!
The fuck?
A mine.
Loud.
A mine.
Wrong path.
I love how it only increases Snake's stress by 0.5%. Stepping on a fucking landmine it's not that big a deal because Snake is just that awesome.
After what Snake went through,
yeah,
I kinda get it.
I mean, look.
It's practically a party at this point.
Look, Smash Brothers Brawl pretty much helped him hone his senses for this kind of stuff. Good old Subspace Emissary. Also, slight correction. While it was technically in development since 2009, Arkham City actually released in 2011.
Okay.
But to be fair, again, just using PSP as a basis, that one had, a lifespan of 7 years or so. Roughly the middle point would be, 2010, 2011,
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to get an Easter egg in a couple of minutes, so keep an eye out for that.
I guess by that metric, I kind of consider Metal Gear Solid 4 maybe not early, but I guess to be fair, it's more the second
in relation
year.
to 2006.
It's the first two. It's the first 2 years, so I would consider that early.
I guess I hesitate to consider it early because, when I think early PS3, I think unstable mess, which Metal Gear Solid 4, for the most part, avoids. Yes, at that point. Well, okay. To be fair, Kojima was
an exception rather than
all right.
rule.
I think it's now, if I remember correctly. In a
by
moment
that
where I
point,
get.
Kojima was in it to win it.
All right, if I remember correctly, it's right up. Come on, Snape, get up.
Snape? You mean Snake?
Yeah, Snake. Sorry.
Old Snape.
If I remember correct. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's a bit ahead, actually.
Metal Gear Solid Snake.
I forgot. What year was when Konami acquired the Hudson Soft IPs?
I
It
don't
was
know.
like 2008, I think.
Oh, I think yeah, it's here. All right,
Let me check.
it's here. Listen to this.
Something happened to me last Thursday when I was driving home. I had a couple of and saw a glowing orange object in the
Crop circle. Oh, so there are actual aliens activity.
It was moving very regularly.
now.
Hold on. Suddenly there was intense light all around me. I was. What do you think happened to me? might as well add that. For those who forgot, that's one of AI Colonel's quotes from Metal Gear Solid 2. And
Honestly, if I
We
didn't know,
actually had an actual crop circle, mysterious crop circle.
Yeah,
honestly,
never
if
mind-
I didn't-
Never mind that never happened to Snake. But
there you go. Well, look at it this way, Twist. Now we know what happened to AI Colonel in between games. He was kidnapped by aliens.
if I didn't
Also,
know better.
Jova,
Shoe prints just vanish.
Yes, go on.
Sorry.
Go on.
I'm not sure how Snape would feel about this whole ordeal, considering it was a snake that killed him.
Well, but sure, we've seen in how it should have ended that he's good at handling guns. Muggle weapons, as he calls them.
So he's so you're saying what
but
you're saying.
anyway.
So what you're saying, Shiro, is that Snape is definitely not a snake eater.
Which is ironic
Snake
since he
ain't
was.
Definitely not.
It's funny because he was in Slytherin, which is all about them snakes.
Yeah.
But anyway, in regards to the Hudson Soft thing, 2011 was when it became a wholly owned
way
subsidiary of
later.
Konami.
So it was a bit too. It's weird because I distinctly remember that the GBA Yu-Gi-Oh game we covered, Riches of Destruction. That one has an Easter egg of Gambare Goemon, which is on some sort of property.
I wonder, were Hudson Soft affiliated with Konami in any way
Might,
prior?
I do
Might
know.
Might
I
have
know
been
that in
some kind of
2000
relationship.
I know that in 2006, outside of Japan, Konami published Bomberman Act Zero.
Yeah. That is,
Let me check.
Maybe it was a completely full acquisition at 2011.
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
2011 decided is when.
Shit.
The sound. Okay, so yeah, it's like Raiden said. The sound of the solid eye makes when I use it can give away my position. So you can't just use the solid eye willy nilly. So you have to be clever about it.
Okay. So here it goes. The relationship between Hudson Soft and Konami can be traced to at least as early as 1985, when Hudson ported Konami's arcade game Puya into the MSX and Famicom. But the acquisition process of Hudson Soft by Konami would only begin in 2001. So, in a sense, they were slowly being devoured by Konami, which over the course of a decade. But they only truly fully became owned by Konami in 2011, and then they would cease to exist as a company on March 1st, 2012, merged with Konami Digital Entertainment, which was the surviving entity.
There's someone there.
Business history. Isn't it fun, kids?
It is.
Come on.
Well,
Snake,
so
this
hold
guy
on.
is all
So
his
hold
own.
on. So hold on. Oh, it's a good thing you just stepped into a landmine.
That's the thing. That's the same thing that he planted.
He fell into his own trap.
Well, that's what you get for being stupid.
You know what? You know what's funny? That's a mistake that a lot of Snake players in Smash make. So that's just all the more hilarious since this is coming after Brawl.
Also, gotta love how being shot by a bullet increases Snake's stress more than an explosion. Being hit by an
Is
explosion.
that real?
Apparently.
Look, my dude. When you've dealt with all the BS Taboo was pulling in Subspace Emissary, bullets tend to not really
Also,
matter to you.
It's interesting because both this and Brawl came out in the same year.
It was
Yeah, well,
probably
those-
also before that, cross promotions and stuff.
Yeah, Jill has a point. Were those guinea pigs we saw earlier?
To be fair,
Apparently.
if I recall correctly, we do live in a wild state in places like South America, so that compared to the previous numbered game Java, where we just happen to have an entire zoo worth of different species of animals, insects, and all the such in the same concentrated area of the Middle East,
As it was cool.
This feels a bit more genuine.
Yeah.
Alright. Keep, alright everybody, keep tight because this part is not going to be peaceful all the way to the end. There's going to be quite a lot of shit going down in a few minutes.
I mean, I would hardly call peaceful if we encounter several guards and we neutralized so far, but I get it.
Well, but Teo, in comparison,
himself up.
Well, Teo, in comparison to being in the middle of a fucking war zone, I would say it is.
Yeah, I mean, when you see a guy pretty much blow himself up, peace was never an option.
Not to mention, you know, by according...
No, but now pieces, on the other hand...
Well, maybe we should just get back to peace walking.
And according to the setting of the game, anyway, the entire world might as well be a giant war zone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So who's
Pretty
counting?
much.
Okay, also, yeah, you know, also, I know that guy, I know his horoscope. His horoscope was Pisces, but I think he misread it as pieces.
Mind the gap,
I'm gonna
Dwibs.
pretend I didn't hear that.
Oh, you got... Hey, who else is gonna make it?
I'm not here right now. Please leave a message under the beep. Beep!
Beep?
Beep?
Oh shit, a leather mine.
It's like that joke in Tropic Thunder, where the director does a rousing speech to the actors, only to step on a landmine and die.
It was right in front of you. This goes beyond
allow me to like, sorry to say, but you have far too many game overs. Sorry to be blunt, soldier, but you really stink at this game.
Now these footprints are a bit confusing, so we need to find the right trail.
I was like, oh, no, tell me how you really feel.
I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw Space with a tuning fork does a raw blank on Harakiri Rock. I need scissors. 61.
I just wish that ideas... Okay, I know it's an actual audio drama and you can get it in the Japanese and European versions of the
Don't worry,
Game Boy Color Metal Gear Solid game, but I wish someone adapted Idea Spy 2.5 into a TV show.
It would be funny, yeah.
You know, okay, hear me out. A Metal Gear Solid series with Pedro Pascal as Solid Snake.
I can see that working here. Like his work in The Last of Us show demonstrates that he can do these kinds of characters.
Yeah, and David Hayter could play Big Boss or something.
I'm trying to think. The thing is that I think Pedro Pascal is a bit too, you know, robust in terms of proportion to do someone like Snake.
Not really.
You don't need someone like. Well, okay, hear me out. Think of it, Snake, like the model of Snake, even less polygonal. Think of it for reference in the more detailed one from Twin Snakes. You know, Snake is not supposed to be Rambo, so it's not a case of Johnny Long torso. You know, or heavy.
Not supposed to be Rambo. Have you seen some of the old covers?
Physically. I mean, literal physical proportion. Well, it's not like his chest is super puffed. Oh, I think you have a sniper on your left, Pedro. Yeah.
Wrong way.
On your left. Go on.
I think Pedro Pascal, in terms of proportion, you know, fits more for the role of Joel because he's basically, you know, proportion from top to bottom in terms of, you know, distribution. I'm trying to think of someone else who might fit a bit more, but right now, in terms of... Oh.
I'm over here.
Where?
It's a trap.
I think it might be a trap.
Yeah, it is a trap. That's why that sniper showed up. Go on.
Save me, Snake. Now please flip the tape over to
side B. Yeah, place tape to side B, of course.
I just don't know what actor might be the more fitting of the major known, because I might have thought one of the Skarsgårds, but at the same, they might be a bit too lanky at the same time for role. It's going from one to the other, and I don't really know who could fit.
Honestly,
going on a as outlandish as it is, I don't remember who exactly he is, but the actor who played Master Chief in the Halo series probably would fit.
I have information that can help you there too.
He'll have a career after that show.
I have information that can help you there too. An anemone or clematis plant's juice can cause a rash. When pruning them, it's a good idea to wear gloves.
And hey, why not give
I
Kiefer
learned something
Sutherland?
new, I guess.
Why not give Kiefer Sutherland another role? Have him play the Colonel.
No, I think he works well for. Well, he might as well play Big Boss at that point.
I already said that David Hayter to play Big Boss.
Okay, that's complicated. Go on, Jova.
Anyway, though, I honestly think Pedro Pascal is a fine enough physique for Snake. Like, I mean, Pedro Pascal has never come off as super buff to me. Like, he seems like a fit dude.
No, it's not. It's not that. But I mean, proportion in terms.
Because the print matches the target's shoes. Take a closer look. Imagine the target actually
Hey,
on top of
Snake,
the print.
remember when you were the one feeding me advice, and now the student has become the master?
Only a master of...
Pitch match her walk.
I don't even know where I'm going with that joke. Moving on.
Ergo, this is where I become so cool that the fans now love me. Just wait till I actually appear on screen.
Okay. Let me try to. I don't think I can explain it properly, but let me give it a try. Pedro Pascal works better for a role similar to Joel because Joel represents a bit of the everyday man, you know. So even then, the type of body proportion that he had were perfectly fine for that. Snake, being a soldier and everything, but not being as pumped as Rambo, still has a bit more upper chest, compared to the lower parts of his body, but not to the point of being super buff. That's what I mean. While Pedro Pascal instead is a bit more uniform of body distribution. So I guess it still could work, I suppose, but that would not be my first choice. So that's what I mean.
I guess for me, Pedro Pascal just has it down facially and proportion-wise for me. And he has such a great acting range that I could easily see him slipping into the role as Snake. Although, man, that would be so ironic seeing Pedro Pascal go up against the cowboy that is Revolver also.
And there you go.
Pretty much played a cowboy. Ah, here we go.
We found the place where they went.
Alright. Here's hoping.
Here's hoping.
No more tricks, right? Right.
Surprise, Snake, there was no Naomi. You've just been imagining her.
Oh, so it's like...
Honest, that would not be the weirdest twist we've seen from this series.
So, wait, someone drugged Snake with the same gas from Professor Layton in the Pandora's box?
I mean, for all we know, the nanomachines Drebin put into him could have had a hallucinogenic inside of them. Alright, Snake, how you gonna work your way out of this one?
I'm sure of it. And they're taking Naomi away.
I guess that's our better chance, to snipe.
It's not like we can even take out the helicopter without risking hurting Naomi.
We don't remember the last time.
I'm willing to give you sacrifice.
Sacrifice that I'm willing to take.
Look, there's one thing I have learned from the many, many years I've dealt with these snakes. It's that sacrifices are necessary.
Alright.
There we go.
Headshot.
No, Snake. No, Snake. Don't you know how vampires work? A stab to the heart.
With a particular type of wood stake. Yeah, that could have gone better.
We've got the go-ahead. Begin. We'll use his blood. It could get intense.
Just a bit.
Brace yourselves. Shots, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Set up us the bomb.
I'll be taking a nap.
Bonk.
Well, at least he knows how to take a gunshot with grace.
So dramatic.
Hooray! EpiPens for everyone.
Yes.
It's just one man around a corner. How are we not winning!
I mean, we talked about Rambo before. We're kind of thinking also that kind of trouble.
Hey, Jova.
Snake might as well stand in the open.
Remember, Jova, Star Trooper syndrome. It's common in works of fiction.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that ain't good.
It's the effect from before. Well then.
Man, I could use some awesome nanomachines right now. There you go. Yeah. Exactly. There you go, everybody. The steroids fix everything.
Hooray.
Of course.
Think of them as like, you know, an update to be used against the virus software.
Consider it also not necessarily a running gag because, you know, it's technical.
And there you go. Because since both Snake and Naomi have the nanomachines that don't operate according to, you know, the new system, the SOP system, they're safe from what happened at the end of Act 1 this time.
Unfortunately, we still have some murderous cows after us.
So while of course it's still up in the air, I will give credit that Naomi did indeed give us the correct stuff to protect us from that thing at least. So there is that. So
look, Naomi, you can do something right for us.
I have you. Hey, Draben.
Let the monkey handle the machine gun, please.
I mean, it worked, didn't it?
I mean, hey, I've seen an orangutan drive properly, so...
that's... I've also seen, you know, videos of, you know, chimpanzee handling knives, so I know that, you know, a monkey is perfectly capable of being deadly with a weapon. That's what I mean with the unpredictability level. Uh-oh. Curse you, Snake!
Well, shit. Well, I got
just broken both of her legs, though.
No. You see, Shrew, there were nanomachines heels that absorbed the shock of the fall.
Nanomachine's daughter. I'm sorry. Like, Jova, what would be the nanomachine son equivalent when you say it to a female person? Like that.
Nanomachines gal.
Oh yeah, that works. Nanomachines gal. There you go, Shirai. Because son doesn't really work if, you know.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Okay, Cyborg.
He might as well just booyah at this point.
I know, right? Like, he always does the Cyborg voice when he yells.
It's kind of like we know in North, you know. There are ranges, but the moment he has to yell, he basically outs himself. Stop offering the coke.
I wonder, is that like actual coke just disguised as coke?
I was gonna say, they've already taken steroids, a bit of coke won't be much.
Also, I wouldn't really drink a soda on a bumpy ride, you know? Like...
Oh, but what's this? Zombies now?
No, we're not yet in Survive.
And then Konami executives are like, see, MGS4 did zombies, you didn't complain then.
Okay.
Oh god, it's a zombie game now.
Okay,
it's a vamp.
To be fair, I was joking. Like, well, the guys who are dead are still lying down dead. I guess.
Snake, I'm bringing the chopper to
But I guess those other guys just, you know, while they did get bulleted, probably got hit in the armor and got knocked down.
Okay.
From it.
Not to mention Vamp is a vampire, not a zombie. But anyway...
I was talking about the other soldiers who got up, like, we know Vamp.
Oh yeah, Dwebs, that can be explained with Nanomachine Son. But anyway... Okay, so this is a very much a typical, the same kind of set piece. Okay, to use a game that we've done before, the same kind of stuff that you see in the Uncharted games, because remember this came out a year after the first Uncharted, like, this is the same kind of set piece you think of. Or of course the Gears games.
Again, considering also the setting of the first area, I'm guessing more about the Call of Duty audience instead, because, you know, that was the thing that was going around at the time, you know, big time, so after a session like that really makes more sense on that count.
To be honest with sorry, go on.
I'm guessing that when it comes to getting the big boss rank, you know, kills done during this section are discounted since, well, you know. Unless they managed to fit tranquilizers into that machine gun.
Jova, it's rubber bullets, of course.
Honestly,
Yes, yeah, I was about to say, maybe they commissioned stuff from Wayne Tech Enterprises, which has rubber bullets and explosions.
honestly, considering the war setting and the overall thing, like it does fit to have some more action set pieces compared to the others.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just, just guessing that they probably had inspiration from another
Sure.
thing.
Anyway, here's how it
Surprised
basically
they took
works.
some cues from Call of Duty. It was the end thing at the time.
However, unlike something like what we see in Gears of War 2, it's not just use a turret section. You also have to occasionally leave the turret because there are soldiers climbing into the tank to take you out from behind. So you have to constantly alternate between using the turret and taking down soldiers that are climbing the tank to get you. And also, make sure you prioritize defeating the Geckos because, well, the Geckos are obviously more dangerous than the human soldiers. Go on.
Didn't we have something like that during that sequence before the worm where you've got like your combine that you have to get through, but then you get to certain routes you have to get out of the vehicle to clear the way
Occasionally,
for it?
a lot of turret section will occasionally double. There's also escort missions of some kind forcing you to get out to do maintenance or something in order to keep up the tension, so it's not too uncommon.
Okay. Let's just say, everybody, they're getting all the gameplay stuff out of the way because I have some interesting piece of news at the end of this part.
Hey. It's cow season also.
You know, you have to wonder, given how many Metal Gear Rays we saw as early as Metal Gear Solid 2, if there were like already at least 100 of those, how many Metal Gear Geckos are there?
Considering they're smaller in size, probably easier to produce, and easy to deploy a lot,
If only we had...
These games gives us an idea on a quasi-board scale because we go from different state to different state, but we do know that it's something that affects the globe entirely. So it's easy to guess pretty much the entire world has some situation similar to this in some kind. Even countries and areas that we might think around this point in the timeline might have been more secure, like Europe, for example. The game clearly states that the entire world is basically a gigantic war zone. PMCs taking advantage of each other, so we have to assume the war for everyone.
Another thing that's also important to remember is that the climax of Metal Gear Solid 1 also had a set piece very much like this, where Meryl drives and Snake used a torrent-style gun for the opponent. So this is not off-brand at all.
We already did Metal Gear Solid 1, sorry, Bradley.
We already played Metal Gear Solid.
Alright. Should be smooth sailing from here, right?
Absolutely.
The gate! Snake!
Shame about that barricade.
Well, that's what
Alright, let's shoot the gate.
It's a bit resistant.
It
I'm not
is.
sure the turret can actually destroy it.
As for your earlier comment, Shiroi, about Raiden's popularity, don't worry, that's what the next cutscene right after this is for, as you're about to see.
Only we had a way to split these Metal Gears wide open.
Truly a weapon to
So, but this is a war zone. Real men use guns, don't you know?
Alright, drive, Draben, drive! There you go.
Like your life depends on it, because it probably does.
It literally does.
Yep.
Alright, here we go.
Get ready for some speed!
Dude! Okay,
speed.
I only have one thing to say to that soldier over there. Dude, are you sure you're being paid enough?
Well, I guess he watched a lot. He had a lot of posters with a kitty with written on hanging there in his office.
Crap,
Seriously, dude is hung out through everything.
Yeah. Well, you do you, mate.
Don't let them get too close.
Oh shit, another tank.
Shoot the tires!
That is true. Why is he not using, you know, I forgot the term, the treads instead?
Oh boy.
Krabi's vehicle, I get it, it's more of an amphibious type, but that tank should be using treads
Oh!
instead. Yeesh.
I mean, at least this tank lives up to its name. We definitely. I have you
I'm
indeed.
not an expert on the models and everything, but this one that Raiden is piloting is more of a multi-purpose kind of unit, so that kind of makes sense. How also
Almost there.
the wheels will be able to get to different types of terrain.
I'm guessing tanks of this variant are more common here too for that usage.
You'll notice also that the Draven 893 has a life bar in its own right below Snake's life bar, so you have to also, you can. Fortunately, it's relatively fine as you just saw.
Yeah, I've
so.
seen much worse escort missions anyway.
It's all good.
Alright, and now Shiroi, you're about to see the cutscene that left Metal Gear Solid fans in 2008 utterly flabbergasted. Okay, I have to say it. I think Jim Carrey would say it best. Like a glove.
Come on, Naomi. Stay with me.
By the way, Naomi, no broken bones, I hope?
I can't feel my arm.
Dude, do you have a caffeine addiction?
Just.
I guess.
Oh, so that's okay. Just take some more nanomachines.
Oh, of course she has to take care of the monkey. Like, priorities. Yeah, you're probably gonna need a bigger car. What? What? Okay.
You okay?
It's foreshadowing for his backstory too. Draven, I mean.
You may notice also that a lot of these come from prompts which the player can choose to do.
Yeah.
This is similar to the secret cutscenes you could get by pushing certain buttons.
Who's
on
that?
Metal Gear Solid
That mysterious stranger.
There you go, shit. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Raiden is now a cyborg ninja, just like Gray Fox in the first game.
Possibly the most unexpected glow up in terms of video game.
So basically, here's what happened,
Hey guys,
Shiroi.
I'm cool now.
Yeah. So basically, here's what happened, Shiroi. Remember how?
Like me now.
Remember how at the end of Metal Gear Solid 2, Snake gave Raiden a ninja sword so he could use it as one of his weapons. So when it came to trying to doing something with Raiden to appease the haters, he decided, okay, so what can I do? Okay. I gave him a sword at the end of the second game. Maybe I can roll with that. I'm gonna make him a cyborg ninja.
It's a bit fucked. Well, you will see in just a second, but it's a bit fucked up. The idea perspective that in order to actually be cool, Raiden has basically needed to martoriate his entire body. Because being cybernetic, kind of like Gray Fox, that means that most of his body is more machine than man. But,
well, to be fair, Teo, as we're going to see at the end of this game, he still looks better than Gray Fox considerably.
Yeah, and amongst the memes, the entire Tale Rising is also about questioning his humanity and if he's more of a human than, you know, his Jack persona.
I've always chalked it up that he got messed up badly at some point and had to do this, or either that, or it was completely voluntary on his part, seeing as how he preferred going cybernetic instead of doing the nanomachines like everyone else.
To be fair, for those who might be questioning why Raiden is able to do this shit, remember that he was able to, you know, bombard a gajillion Metal Gear raids towards the end of 2.
Not just that. Not just that too. Not just that too. We were already established in Metal Gear Solid 1 that becoming a cyborg ninja gives you a lot more physical strength and power. So.
Although to be fair, he's doing better than Gray Fox since Gray Fox didn't exactly do well against Metal Gear.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, sure. He can also use his feet.
His feet are prehensible enough that he can use to use Bayonetta fucking moves.
Raiden
Yeah, eat
wins.
your heart out, Bayonetta.
I got it, guys. Raiden wins. Fatality.
And yeah,
Quentin Tarantino approved.
Yeah, and Kojima's direction of this scene is amazing.
You know, it
Hold on,
really
Java.
is interesting.
He's about to say his line.
Fuck Batman.
No.
No.
Raiden, once again played by Quentin Flynn.
Even the dorky smile.
Jack is back.
Pedro, you were talking about being mass-produced, yeah.
So yeah, and yes, Shiro, like you were saying, most fans at the time in 2008 were going, "Holy shit, he's cool now."
Okay.
Why do the Metal
you
Gear
sound
sound
like
like
a cow?
cows?
Again, it's an aesthetic choice. I don't know why. Like, to be fair, it made sense for
Look.
Rex and Ray to have dinosaur-esque roaring intimidation factory, but cows moving.
Teo,
Kojima's just being a weirdo again.
the Patriots have a very specific vision, okay, for their future.
Why a cow though? Like why not a bull?
You do not understand their vision.
Why not
have
a
a
bull or a
future.
horse or something?
Look, this. Maybe AI Colonel is a big cow person? I don't know.
I see the future. The future
Have a cow.
that will be ruled by cybernetic cows that will decide and separate the weak from the strong.
Alright, so, Shiro, get this. Now, you know how me and Joe have been talking about this being 70% movie and 30% game? Well, now we're about to get what is quite possibly the worst offender part of this thing. Shiro, the next part of this playthrough is 1 hour and 3 minutes. Take a wild guess, Shiro. How much of that is actual gameplay?
I'm gonna say the 3 minutes.
I think
You're close. You're close.
Oh boy, Shiroi.
I'm close.
2 minutes and 8 seconds.
Yep.
Well,
You
that's
know what?
we
I feel like the thumbnail that YouTube chose is very fitting. Like that
Look,
face.
Shiroi.
Like, do they know? Do they know?
Like, sure. Make no mistake, we never exaggerated about this game being more story than game. Like,
That's
don't get me
why-
wrong, it has appeared fine, but like Pedro warned, see, development of the game was at least going well at this point. We're about to get to the sections where you start to see the cracks due to the iffy development period.
Well, that being said, I love these cutscenes, so I'm not exactly complaining. Anyway, see you for the next part.
find out anyway.
I digress.
Alright, see ya.
Yeah.